Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on March 8th, 2023. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do, man. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz.com. Just click that link in the description. Takes you right to my Handicapper page. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, seasonal. You can also find all my bets for today's action, NBA, college hoops, and hockey if I'm active. And you can find my $15 NBA Jam session play there as well. My best bet in the NBA every night, man. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, and check out my live show that goes live right here on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, as I run through the card one more time. That show allows me to let y'all know if my mind changes and update y'all to late injury news coming out of the association, man. So check me out there. I usually have a guest, and we usually give out a parlay at the end of that video, man. So check us out there. Try to make some money today on a Wednesday. We got a nice card to do so. So without further ado, man, let's try to smash it per usual. Let's make some money tonight in the NBA, and let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Washington Wizards, man. Atlanta laying 3, total 234. Really important game here, man. The Hawks currently sit in the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, man. The Washington Wizards are in the 10th seed. Only one game separates them, man. This game is going to go a long way to determining playoff seeding in the Eastern Conference. If I'm going to be honest, I do lean the Hawks laying the 3 points, man. I would probably like the money line a little better, but I do lean them laying the 3. It's only a bucket, and I do think they win this basketball game. I did not like what I saw from Washington yesterday, if we're going to call a spade, man. They had multiple opportunities to put that Detroit Pistons team away, man. They're on a back-to-back as well. I just don't like the spot for them, man. You got Kyle Kuzma shooting step back, fade away, turnaround threes and missing and celebrating like he's Steph Curry. You know, you got that Pistons team sat everybody yesterday, and for the Wizards to only win that game by 2 points was not a great sign to see, in my opinion. I know the Hawks are coming off 2 straight losses as well. We had them on the money line in their last one against the Miami Heat, man. They covered the game, but they did not win it. We're winning the entire way through, majority of the game, man. Fell apart in the fourth quarter. Miami did pull that one out. Not my favorite game on the board, I'm just going to be honest, man. But I do lean the Atlanta Hawks laying the 3. I think they are the better team. I do think they, go into Washington and win this basketball game straight up. Don't like the spot for the Wizards. Did not like what I seen from them yesterday either. I'm leaning Hawks here in our first matchup of the day. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road facing the Boston Celtics, man. Celtics laying 9.5, total 231. The Blazers coming off back-to-back wins, man. They needed both of those wins. They're trying to keep pace in the tight Western Conference, man. Not against the best competition. The Orlando Magic, 122-119, and the Detroit Pistons, 110-104. So, take that with a grain of salt. The Celtics are really struggling as well, as they've lost 4 of their last 5. Their only win coming at home against Cleveland, 117-113. They just lost out on the road to Cleveland, 118-114, a game that they had every chance and every opportunity to win, man. Even with 0 seconds on the clock, Grant Williams, 2 free throws for the win, misses them both. Really kind of disgusting, man. The Celtics, what we've seen from them here recently, they lost in overtime to the New York Knicks, 131-129 in double overtime. We're up 27 points on the Brooklyn Nets. Somehow lost that game by 10. It's a tough spot for the Celtics, man, and they're laying 10. I know a lot of people might want to grab the points with the Blazers as they've won back-to-back games, but me personally, man, bounce back game for the Celtics. I think they smacked down on this Blazers team today on their home floor. I just think that's what happens, man. I know they've been playing some pretty bad basketball here recently. I know that, man. They've lost 4 of their last 5, and laying 10 points with the team that's done that is not the most ideal place to be. But if there's one team that I trust to bounce back on their home floor, if there's one team that we know can go nuclear on their home floor, it's the Boston Celtics, man. This is not a great Portland Trail Blazers team right now. They're severely banged up. Everybody still really on this injury report. Still no Nurkic. Simon's still out. Justice Winslow's still out. It's Damian Lillard trying to do a lot, man, and whoever pitches in that night pitches in. I'm leaning Celtics in this one, man. You know, I know Damian Lillard went crazy in his last one, had a 31-point triple-double. He's going to need a 50-point triple-double to keep up with the Celtics today. I think the Celtics are just too much for this Blazers team. and I think they get right on their home floor, man. This could be a spot where the Celtics beat up on them early and often. The Celtics probably smack them down the whole game. I'll lay the 10 with still, in my opinion, the best team in basketball. I know they're struggling right now, but I'm still going to crown them the best team in basketball. They're still the defending Eastern Conference champions. I like them to win this game really comfortably. Lay the points with the Boston Celtics here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Miami Heat, man. Cleveland laying 2.5, total 214.5. And y'all know we're taking Cleveland in this one. We're laying the 2.5. These two teams will play again on Friday, 2 days from now, in Miami again. And we're going to take Cleveland there again. So you might as well buckle up. But we're continuing to fade the Miami Heat on their home floor, man. The worst home cover team in all of the NBA. 9-22-2 ATS on their home floor are the Miami Heat, man. They have won back-to-back games there against the Atlanta Hawks. Failed to cover in that last one as DeJounte Murray hit a 3 at the buzzer to give the Hawks the cover. I had the Hawks on the money line, so it didn't really matter for me. But the Miami Heat continue to struggle ATS on their home floor. I do think Cleveland is just straight up the better team. I really believe that. Cleveland, they are coming off of a nice win against the Celtics. They were losing the entire way through, pushed through in the fourth quarter, went on a run, forced OT, and won the basketball game in OT. They didn't cover, but they did win that basketball game. They've won 3 of their last 4, and quite honestly, I think they make it 4 of their last 5, man. Cleveland, in my opinion, is just a better basketball team. They match up well with this Miami team. Miami, a lot of that to the rim action that they're going to be trying to be doing with Jimmy Butler, I don't think it's going to be flying well against a Cleveland team with the Twin Towers down there in Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I like what I've seen from Cleveland in 3 of their last 4, man, and I think they go into Miami and win this basketball game. I'll lay the 2.5. Y'all know I have no problem fading Miami. It's been our favorite spot all season. 9-22-2 against the spread are the Miami Heat, man, on their home floor. They are terrible. I know Cleveland is not the same juggernaut on the road as they are on their home floor, as Cleveland goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home. On the road, they actually struggle. 13-17-2 ATS. Are the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, again, I think they're the better team. I do think they go in here and beat Miami. I think they do it in back-to-back games because they will play again on Friday in Miami again. Give me Cleveland. I'll lay the 2.5 with them here in this matchup tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, man, out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Dallas laying 1.5, man, total 233.5. My Mavs are on a back-to-back, man. They got a win last night against the Utah Jazz, failed to cover. Nothing new with this team. They're on the road facing a Pelicans team that's really struggling, man. The Pelicans have now lost 4 of their last 5, man. They just got hammered on the road by Sacramento. Beat pretty good by Golden State. They did beat Portland out there on the road, man, but then they lost to Orlando and got hammered by New York, man. They just played 4 of their last 5 out on the road. Their one home game, they did return and lose by 8 points to the Orlando Magic. Dallas does lead the season series as well, 2-1, man. The Mavs won the last meeting on the 2nd of February, 111-106. The Mavs won the meeting before that on the 7th of January, 127-117. And the Pelicans won the first meeting this season, 113-111 in New Orleans. Interesting matchup here, man. The Mavs, they've won 2 of their last 5. They just came off a long homestand. They just played 6 home games in a row. Now they're out on the road. This is also a back-to-back as well. That's what I'm going to say on this one, man. I don't know, quite frankly. Y'all know I want to take the Mavs here, but I'm tired of betting the Mavs. I'm tired of giving out the Mavs on this show, and they never cover. I want to take the Mavs. I'm going to be honest. I want to take the Mavs. But at the same time, the Pelicans have everything to play for at 31-34. I mean, if they lose this game, they're pretty much out of it. They return home. They need this win, and they might get it. I don't want to bet this game, quite honestly. If I do end up betting it, I'm shooting straight. I'm taking my Mavericks, as I do think we're the better team, trying to keep pace in a tight Western Conference as well. The Mavs are the better team right now, man. I do want to take them laying the 1.5, but again, I'm tired of giving them out on the show, and they continue to be one of the worst teams, ATS. Yesterday shouldn't have been a spot where they hammered that Jazz team, as the Jazz have been terrible the 3 games coming into that one, but it just didn't happen, man. The Mavs won the game, failed to cover. We're only laying 1.5 here in this one, man. So it's not like we need them to cover a huge line. We basically just need them to win the basketball game, and I do think they do that. But in that same breath, I kind of told y'all a few days ago, I think the Pelicans, teams in these situations, these desperate situations where they have to do things, I either want to ride them or leave the game alone. And I kind of feel like the Pelicans have to win this game tonight and on their home floor. Like I said, they were just out on a long road trip. Me personally, I want to lean Mavs, but probably just going to stay away from this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the Denver Chicken Nuggets, man. Denver laying 7.5, total 228.5. The golden rule isn't affected in this one, man. We don't fade the Nuggets on their home floor. We either ride them or stay away. We're riding them tonight, though, as we're going to fade the Chicago Bulls. As I told you, I'm looking to do so coming out of the All-Star break, man. I'm looking to fade the Chicago Bulls team, man. One of the more inconsistent teams in the NBA. Levine had 42 in their last one, and they lost at home to the Indiana Pacers. They got hammered the game before that at home by the Phoenix Suns, 125-104. And I think they got hammered again tonight on the road against the best home team in the NBA, in the Denver Nuggets, man. It's just how I see it. We've already seen the Nuggets hammer this team once this season. It was early in the season. The score now was 126-103 on the 13th of November. In Chicago at that, man, the Nuggets hammered them. We know the Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy on their home floor, man, and I think they possibly do it again here in this one at home. The Nuggets, best home cover team in the NBA, 22-11-1 against the spread. Have covered in 66.7% of their games. They've only lost 4 games on their home floor all season. Have the Denver Nuggets, man. I do think they smashed down on this Chicago Bulls team today. The Nuggets have won 4 straight. They did not cover in our last home game against the Toronto Raptors, 118-113. I do believe they were laying 6, and they won by 5. Did not cover. But the game before that, they absolutely hammered Memphis 113-97, hammered Houston 133-112, beat up on the Clippers 134-124 in an overtime, still covered. So I really like what I've seen from the Nuggets here, man. Y'all know we love betting the Nuggets on their home floor. We're going to do it again here tonight. Fading the Chicago Bulls. Have not liked what I've seen from them. They've lost 3 of their last 4. I think they make it 4 of their last 5, and they probably lose this one pretty convincingly as well to the Denver Nuggets. I think the Nuggets mess around and win this one by 10+. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Thunder Buddies, the cover buddies, man, the best cover team in the NBA, out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix laying 12.5, total 234. Thunder Buddies are on a back-to-back, man, after beating the Golden State Warriors last night, man. I told y'all, Golden State continues to be terrible out on the road. They've only won 6 games out there all season. For them to be favored on the best cover team in the NBA, I didn't know. I didn't get that. But, you know, the Thunder, they're now on a back-to-back, man, and they're sitting guys tonight. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, no Jalen Williams. Tough spot, man, so that's why the line is where it's at. To be honest, I don't want to lay 13 with the Suns. I really don't want to grab points with the Thunder. It's probably a stay away from me. I do lean Thunder plus a 12.5 and a small lean. I don't really like backing this Thunder team without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder were playing some competitive basketball, though, last week when he was out. I do think they could possibly still keep this one competitive within the number. I think the Suns probably do win this game comfortably. 8-9 point Suns win, but I don't like laying double digits most times, man. You will rarely catch me doing so unless I just absolutely love the play. And laying 12.5 on the best cover team in the NBA is not a place I want to be. It's just not. Even banged up, I don't want to lay 12.5 on the team that's covered the most this season in the Thunder Buddies, man. So if anything, I do lean Thunder plus the 12.5. I think this line is slightly inflated with this being the Suns, who haven't lost a game since the addition of Kevin Durant. I do think they win this game, but I think they win it more like 8-9 points. So I do lean Thunder Buddies, even without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Probably not going to bet it, though. You know, better places to be than trying to fade the Phoenix Suns on their home floor where they go stupid, dummy, crazy with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. I'm just being honest. I'm shooting 1,000 with y'all right now, man. So I lean Thunder as I don't really like laying over 10 points, 11 points. Could the Suns hammer this Thunder team? Absolutely. But could the Thunder, the best cover team in the NBA, keep this game competitive for 4 quarters? Absolutely as well. Lean Thunder. Probably going to stay away, though. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers laying 3 in this one, man, total 228. The Clippers came out of the break playing some pretty awful basketball. Let's call a spade, man. That's what they did. Since they got Westbrook, I have not liked what I've seen from them, man. They didn't even cover in their last one against the Memphis Grizzlies with everybody not playing. Today, though, I do think is the day they get themselves a cover, man. It's a terrible spot for the Toronto Raptors. It's going to be their 5th road game in their last 6 games. And I have not really liked what I've seen from them out there. They did cover in their last one against the Nuggets, 118-113, barely. They did win the one before that against the Washington Wizards, 116-109 in overtime. They lost to the Wizards the game before that, though. Beat Chicago at home, lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road. We've already seen this Clippers team beat the Raptors once this season, 124-113. And for a Raptors team that just doesn't hoop on the road, man, I think it's a bad spot. They're 14-19 ATS out on the road, man. And like I said, with this being their 5th road game in their last 6 games, I just don't like the spot for them, man. I think the Clippers, who have not left the West Coast in quite some time, man, I think this has to be a spot that they get themselves a home win and cover, especially if you haven't been paying attention. The Clippers are slipping in the Western Conference. They're only 1 game above 500, man. This is the team, not that long ago, I was hearing people say are the dark horse to get to the finals. Well, they better start stacking some wins before they not even make the playoffs. They're currently in the 8th seed with the Lakers 2 games behind them, the Pelicans 3 games behind them, and so are the Thunder and the Blazers and the Jazz if you want to include them. But I don't think the Jazz matter as they're tanking. So this Western Conference, man, is really tight. The Clippers have no more room for error. They don't. I think they get this one done on their home floor. Toronto, same can be said for them, man. At 2 games under 500, they need to start stacking wins as well. They're currently in the 9th seed over there in the Eastern Conference, but I don't think they get this one done on the road, man. They're going to return home here soon. They've been out on the road a lot recently, man, out of the All-Star break. When they return home, I do think the Raptors turn up and possibly make the playoffs. The Clippers, they need this one a little more, man. I think they get this one. I'll lay the 3 with them in our last and final matchup of the night. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on March 8th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at pickdawgz.com. Just click that link in the description. Takes you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, yearly, seasonal. You can find all my bets for today's action, NBA, college hoops, hockey if I'm active, and you can find my $15 NBA Jam Session play there as well, man. You can also follow me on Twitter and check out my live show that goes live 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern here on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel, man. I run through the card one more time. That show is live, so you can join in, leave me some comments. I answer some questions and stuff, and I have a guest on that show, man. That show allows me to update y'all on late injury news and let y'all know if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. We give out a parlay at the end of the show as well, man. So check us out there. Thank y'all for watching this video, man. It's been Jay Briggs, man. Y'all just heard my voice crack. But it's been Jay Briggs, man. Let's make some money today on a Wednesday. See y'all later on the day, and I'm out. Peace.